but Kevin Holland is clearly doing his thing and has Kung Fu to credit for his start. Whether it's striking or ground, you can clearly see the precision, speed, and finesse. I really love watching her kicks in the ring. She can pull off a variety of them. Side kicks, the fights, the speed, the signature takedown scissor sweep move that he pulled off in so many fights effortlessly. This guy's talent was almost unmatched at the time. Now here's a video that honestly started off as just a thought.
Because in a world where MMA is beyond a cherished art.
Okay, I won't do it like that. But you know some of y'all stay praying at the UFC altar. And I see ya. It's all good, because I'm a fan too. But as much bashing as traditional martial arts can get,
this is why Kung Fu dominates in a street fight. You start with the heavenly palm of empty... It's because I wasn't grounded. You set up with the 7 crane cheese.
I wonder just how many of those UFC fighters, both current and past, got their start in those traditional arts.
A lot of critics out there, a lot of big mouths saying fancy moves don't work, Kung Fu doesn't work, Filipino martial arts don't work, Salat doesn't work. All these really old, cool styles that have these nice flowing movements or these long fist movements. And we haven't seen them yet in MMA, so people have a lot of doubt.
Specifically Kung Fu, because you guys know that Eagle Claw Kung Fu is my original one. And so yes, I'm a little biased. So here's a quick look at a few standouts in the UFC game that I'll dive a bit deeper into both their martial arts history and fight journey. Then you let me know if you consider them legit practitioners and if they owe that skill to their Kung Fu background. Let's go. First on the list, Kevin Holland.
O jeito que ele soca o fato de Oliver ter chegado.
First off, I gotta say, Kevin shows both natural athleticism as well as combative skill. But you can definitely see some of his traditional martial arts experience in some of his moves. Kevin actually trained in the art of Sanshou Kung Fu, and not just casually.
When you get introduced as a Kung Fu fighter.
And that's where majority of my striking comes from. You know, the Kung Fu, and then we did a little bit of Kempo. So I did Kung Fu Sanshou mixed with Kempo.
He's a second-degree black belt in the art, which is known for its unorthodox strikes and focus on street self-defense.
I would definitely say Kung Fu is better than karate, but I would definitely say the karate is more popular than Kung Fu.
Dude,
they're both good, just two different arts. You know, one's circular and one's more straightforward.
Shout out to my guys Sifu Gus and Ron who practice this art.
Ron is being any questions. What is Sanshou? Sifu Ron, what do you think? What's your definition of Sanshou?
As Sifu Gus said, every art is Sanshou. Tai Chi Sanshou, Hong Ga Sanshou, every art has Sanshou. Even non-Kung Fu arts.
It was developed by Jimmy Woo and blends northern and southern Chinese Kung Fu styles with elements of other arts.
Kung Fu Sanshou. I got really good at Sanshou before I ever started doing MMA.
When did you start training?
I got kicked out of high school my freshman year, and the school that I went to was a martial arts instructor, and literally all day, every day, all we did was martial arts. I was in school, supposed to be learning regular stuff, and
actually Kung Fu.
I got all my credits to graduate high school, even though I didn't graduate. I got all my credits to graduate high school in California, which is a lot of credits, by basically for English, science. I would do history, would be studying the martial arts, and then math, of course. I just always felt that.
That's like a freaking movie, man. What?
It was great.
So you graduated literally learning Kung Fu.
Basically, it's the Krav Maga of Kung Fu in my opinion. But Kevin Holland is clearly doing his thing and has Kung Fu to credit for his start. Now let's continue. Roy Nelson. This one's gonna be a little more controversial. He's one of the more unorthodox picks on this quick list. If you've ever seen him fight, or just seen him for that matter, you know what I'm talking about.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, now listen, he may not look the part, but man can this guy fight. And he has clear roots in Kung Fu, Shaolin to be exact. In fact, more specifically, the Lohan School of Shaolin in Las Vegas.
I got involved, actually started in my Sifu's garage. I think I was 15 and a half, 16. Roy came by and with two twin brothers.
Which basically translates into a northern system, one where more kicking techniques are applied versus more southern-based systems like Wing Chun or Hung Gar. Now I already know you guys are gonna light up the comments with all the, and that's not the technique he uses in the ring. And some might even say do all that stuff in the ring or the street for that matter, and
You're going to die.
You're going to die.
but as you know, there's so much more to Kung Fu than just the punches and kicks. Kung Fu simply means achieving a high level of mastery through hard work. So that in turn translates in this case to Roy's ability to knock dudes the fuck out of the ring. And like he says in his fighting methodology, the yin to the yang is the balance and sense of meditation and calmness you can tap into either before or during a fight.
Meditation can help make you more mentally strong, especially during a fight.
What a lot of people just confuse for Tai Chi, these breathing exercises can actually be used to center yourself and have balance in any altercation.
Slows everything down so you can control the chaos.
Alright, still with me? Clearly you are if you enjoy content like this, so do me a favor and hit that little like button and show a brother some love. And maybe even think about subscribing for more martial art videos like this. Plus it helps me out a whole lot in the algorithm. Alright, another great name in the UFC with Kung Fu roots, we gotta talk Zhang Weili.
She can't stay in the pocket like that because Andrade looks to fight like this. Wow!
Oh, clip!
Tai Chi Chuan, Bagua Zhan, Sui Zhao, which is basically Chinese wrestling, and Sanda are her root arts. Her parents started her training at the age of 6, but later she got injured and had to stop Sanda. She worked odd jobs and then got her start as a fitness and fight trainer at a gym in Beijing. A coach there saw her potential and started to train her in MMA, and the rest is history. Now, you watch her work in a fight and you can see that she's the real deal. Whether it's striking or ground, you can clearly see the precision, speed, and finesse. I really love watching her kicks in the ring. She can pull off a variety of them. Side kicks, my favorite. Spinning kicks, and then some. But yeah, she's trained in Muay Thai, and you can see the influence with her round kicks, but those Kung Fu roots, you can't deny they shine through in some moments.
She's the queen. She's the champ. She's a beast. She can do whatever she wants.
Her jiu-jitsu training, of course, is on par. She can roll with the best of them. In fact, she's probably one of the best all-around fighters with a Kung Fu base. Damn! Okay, finally. You know this video on MMA fighters who started in Kung Fu would not be complete without Cung Le. Fights, the speed, the signature takedown scissor sweep move that he pulled off in so many fights effortlessly. This guy's talent was almost unmatched at the time. Starting out in the earlier days of MMA and K1, Cung Le indeed made his mark. He's a Vietnamese American born with a background in Sanda, Sanshou, kickboxing, and wrestling.
It was his mother who encouraged him to study martial arts, due to the fact that his peers repeatedly bullied Lee because of his non-American origin. Before graduating from high school, he became an All-American wrestler twice.
Cung Le was for sure the real deal. Listen, people for sure underestimated him at the start because he was already acting in movies and shows like Walker, Texas Ranger. So people thought he was just an actor, but yeah, they were a bit mistaken.
But he always considered Wushu Sanda as his basic discipline, and specifically chose tournaments where he could use this technique in a match. He became the U.S. champion and then the world champion in this discipline. Kung also mastered kickboxing and taekwondo in parallel, where he showed excellent results. With such a versatile skill set, he was the perfect mixed martial artist.
With a multitude of fights during his career. Some of the notables were Frank Shamrock, Sam Morgan, Tony Strickland, Wanderlei Silva, and Michael Bisping. And there you go, my quick list of a few UFC fighters who got their start in Kung Fu. Honorable mention to Muslim Salikhov, aka the King of Kung Fu. Maybe we'll feature him in a future vid. You guys let me know if you'd be interested in that in the comments. Now, this by no means is the end all of all lists. My intention is not to give you Kung Fu purists some false sense of security or delusions.
Not entirely useless like it's kind of portrayed in these clips where these masters get like beaten completely. On one hand, we have this very idealized martial art, which is like unbeatable. You have the Ip Man movies, it's almost like this superhero strength. And then on the other hand, you have a bunch of Wing Chun masters who are supposed to be very, very capable and showcase a lot of speed and agility. And at the same time, they get beaten by different type of fighters. And I think personally, like, the truth is not really on either side. It definitely doesn't look like, you know, the movie fight.
Kung Fu is an amazing art, but to be very, very clear, all the fighters I mentioned had extreme training in all aspects of martial arts, including striking, wrestling, grappling, which all are combined in a nice little salad bowl as they prep for all of their MMA fights, which is why we call it the mixed martial arts. My point here is to put a spotlight on the value of Kung Fu and traditional martial arts training, which can be an amazing foundation for anyone looking to go further in a fighting career. Just look at the beauty and precision of the spin kicks of Cung Le and Wang Jie Li, and the next time you see a little something extra from a fighter when you watch a UFC fight, like the fast hands of Anderson Silva, or say the unorthodox movements of a GSP, I'd be willing to bet those moves came from a traditional martial arts background, maybe even Kung Fu. Because trust me, a lot of those things they don't teach you in MMA. You gotta have that foundation to pull off some of that stuff. So, what other fighters are your favorites, and who do you think we should spotlight next? Light up the comments below and consider becoming a member to further support the channel. I'll leave all of my socials around here so you can get at me in many different ways or check all the behind the scenes goodness we got going on as we kick it into high gear for 2026. And while you're here, check out one of these videos I'm sure you're gonna like. Guys, stay safe, check out another video. See you in the next round, and of course, keep punching.
Look at this one, look at that one, look at this one, look at that one. Look, are you kidding me?